IVM.
I want to thank Intel for supporting our show. Do you remember last year when we spoke about how the Intel vPro platform is built for business? Well, I'm glad to say we've kicked it up a notch. That's right, Intel is back with a new and improved version of the platform. The new Intel vPro platform lets you do more of what you want and less of what you don't. So it's better for you and for your IT teams, who really are the backbone of keeping your work from home experience easy and enjoyable. I can safely say that the new vPro platform gives you more enterprise efficiency with less constraints. Visit intel.in/morewithvpro, that's VPRO, to discover how you can get more done with less waiting. If you're listening on the IVM Podcast Android app, click the link that's visible to you now.
Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach Podcast, the bite-sized podcast filled with quick and easy, actionable habits. Remember, great habits create that awesome life. I am Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach. And today's fun fact of the day has to do with global statistics. Did you know that every single day, 200,000 people are lifted out of the poverty line? Or that every day, 300,000 people get access to electricity for the first time? Or how about life expectancy has doubled and is continuing to increase? It's so fascinating when you dig deep into the way futurists are looking at the world. Most future thinkers do not see the world as doom and gloom. Instead, the future looks full of hope. We are currently living through the most peaceful time of human existence. The number of wars is at an all-time low. The number of murders is at an all-time low. The value of human life is at an all-time high. We have more information on our phone now than the President of America had privy to just 15 years ago. The world is on an upswing, yet so many of us are stuck feeling hopeless. It is such a scary place to be. Hopelessness is a dark, dark pit, a deep pit we fall into. It is so deep that the light from the world above cannot enter it. Hopelessness is nothing but the feeling that the future is going to be worse than the present. That there is no way things will improve. That there is no way things will change. I know this feeling all too well. I lived in this state for a few years. I did not see a way to escape my current reality and hence believed that this was how things would be forever. It was the lowest time in my life, and I empathize with people who write in telling me about how they're currently feeling hopeless. We recently did an Instagram live on my channel at Ashdin Doc, and we discussed a very sensitive topic, suicide. The dominant emotion when people are having thoughts on suicide is hopelessness. Like I said, I know that feeling. Especially now with 2020 being this year that it has, with what feels like one disaster after another, with what feels like one impending doom after another. Hopelessness is high. As your habit coach, I thought I would discuss hope and how we can make it a habit. After all, to make a change, we need a strong habit. So hope is nothing but looking at the future and knowing that things will improve. What's amazing about hope is that it is not just optimism. And psychology has shown that both optimists and pessimists can create hope, which is a very powerful thought in itself. We all have the ability to create hope, which smoothly moves into the point that we have to actively create hope. It is not something that comes naturally to us or something that is genetically passed on. We have to work every day to create hope till the time it becomes a part of who we are. So your habit to create hope starts with 2 steps. The first is imagining and creating an ideal future in your mind. This is a future that has no bearings on the current reality. This is a future that has no concept of your past. It is a future that you created with a magic wand. I want you to just imagine this future in minute detail. What are you doing? What are you wearing? Who are you with? Kids? A spouse? Job? What is your mood like? Write this down in acute detail and read this to yourself every day. Feel free to make changes to it. This exercise is just to create a vision of where you could be headed without the baggage of the past. This is the spark to light the fire of hope. The next is to figure out just one small step you can take in that direction. One small step, one small habit you can create in that direction. This small step breaks the inertia and starts the ball rolling. The vision you wrote down leaves the baggage of the past. The small habit breaks the resistance of the past. Then slowly, as the momentum builds, so will your journey to hope. Hopelessness will be a thing of the past. This is exactly how I got out of my state of hopelessness. I imagined a future on who I wanted to be, not what my parents wanted me to be, not what society wanted me to be, not what I was programmed to believe was real. Then I made one small step in that direction. For me, the step was getting a regular exercise routine. It was small, and I managed to do it. I saw a change in my body, and that gave me hope to move on. Please share this podcast with your friends who are going through feelings of extreme hopelessness, who are sad and worried all the time. Ask them to dream of what they want and be a part of their journey. The world is an amazing place if we change the way we see it. What it really needs is for all of us to be there supporting each other.
So start these habits and share with us your progress using the hashtag #TheHabitCoach. If you like this podcast, don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on the IVM network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. If you want to reach out to me, I am Ashdin Doc on Twitter and Instagram. You can find lots more information on my website, awesome180.com, or check out different content on my YouTube channel called AWESOME180. That's Awesome180.
I hope you enjoyed that show. I'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money and Intel. We appreciate their support. It's been a fantastic week on the IVM network. I hope that you've been checking stuff out, but some of the highlights that you definitely should check out. Ashish Vidyarthi, host of Begin the Journey, was on Cyrus Says. They had a really fun conversation. I think you'll enjoy that. Uncle Please Sid did an episode around development, which was really, really fun. On Edges and Sledges, we had Adam Holyoke, former England captain. Wow, those guys are killing it, one cricketer after the other. Definitely do check out Advertising is Dead. We talk about esports with some really guys who really know that space. Smile India, absolutely right. These guys are killing it as well. So is Pawan at Pragati. Don't forget The Original Things. Again, one of my favorite shows. You must check that out. And thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you again next week.
Look! Up in the internet! It's a meme! No! It's a cat video! No! It's the Geek Fruit Podcast!
That's right, we interrupt this riveting broadcast to tell you about our show, The Geek Fruit Podcast, where Tejas, Dinkar and I, Jishnu, talk about everything in pop culture, including DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Netflix, and everything in between.
You know how your friends hate it when you ramble about some nerdy crap and you just want somebody to listen to you? Well, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that, but come listen to us ramble and it'll almost be like the real thing. Kind of.
Listen to new episodes of the Geek Fruit Podcast every Monday and the Geek Fruit Bulletin every Thursday on iTunes, Google Podcasts, the IVM app, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Happy listening, you nerds.